What is going on, everybody? It's Matt Marchese, also known as Islanders Daily. Your daily news from the four-time Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders, and the Islanders win 5-0 against the Detroit Red Wings. Go 6-1 on this road trip. They started the road trip off with a 5-0 win, and they end it with the 5-0 win. And that is as successful as a road trip the New York Islanders could have, winning 6 out of the 7 games, with the only loss coming to the Colorado Avalanche, who are the number 1 team in the NHL. And man, what a game by the New York Islanders. They dominated Detroit the whole way through. And, I've been hard. I've been hard on the fourth line. But what the hell, man? Did Casey Cizikas tap into the fountain of youth? Did he return to the original Cizikas? Maxim Shabanov, Callum Ritchie, or should I call them Leon Draisaitl and Connor McDavid, because that's how they were playing tonight. And those guys just look like they're clicking. Maybe this is what Cizikas needed. Maybe he needed these two very good players with him to really help elevate his game, because Siplikov and Cizikas just, with Ritchie, it was just one guy trying to do stuff. Now Shabanov adds on to that, and that fourth line looks unreal. I mean, what the hell? Shabanov, 4 points. Cizikas, 3 points. We have another Ritchie goal tonight. They were looking damn good, that fourth line, and that's all you can ask for. Now the Islanders have 4 lines playing solid hockey, and I was mind-boggled watching that. I mean, Maxim Shabanov scored a beauty of a goal going in between two Detroit Red Wings defensemen, forehand, backhand, and goes right there, beats John Gibson, and the Islanders dominate. And Ilya Sorokin played another great game. He played another great game tonight, Ilya Sorokin. He gets the shutout, his second of the season. Like I said, he started with a 5-0 win against the Rangers, and now he ends it with the 5-0 shutout against the Red Wings. And yeah, the Islanders just, what a game. What a game. And I've been harsh on Cizikas. The people in my comments have been harsh on Cizikas, but he looked great that game. He did. He's looked better and better since being paired with Shabanov and Ritchie. They've looked good. They have looked good, and they had a ton of time on ice, I feel like, tonight. I'm going to have to look to see how much it was. Yeah, Ritchie, 13 minutes, 47 seconds. Cizikas, 11 minutes and 1 second. Shabanov, 14 minutes and 30 seconds. The fourth line had a lot of time on ice tonight. I mean, Emil Heineman only had 12 minutes and 6 seconds. Duclair, 12 minutes, 15. Lee had a lot, It was an even spread, though, really. Looking at it, it was an even spread. The only ones over 20 minutes were Jonathan Drouin and Matt Barzal tonight for us on the offensive side of things. And then defensively, Schaefer and Pulak were over 20 minutes as well. Schaefer a +3 tonight. And yeah, they looked great. I mean, Sorokin shot saves 29 out of 29. That's what the website is saying right now. Obviously, it can change a little bit later, but just a great game by everybody on the Islanders. Not a single player played a bad game. They look good. And they got the Red Wings frustrated. The Red Wings they would have they still got the power play. But, I mean, Ben Sherratt just lost his mind. They were going after Shabanov a little. Tony D sticks up for Shabanov. Wasn't much of a fight because Casper just wrestled him down before they could really get anything going. But, man, the Islanders, wow. Wow. When I started doing this, the first 3 games they lost of the season, I lost my mind on them. I did, and now you go and have a 6-game road trip, win 6 games on the road trip. That's great. I mean, the Islanders are now, what are they at now? How many points is it? I believe it is 26. Let's check here. Yep, 12-7-2. You're at 26 points. You're a point behind the Devils for second and 2 points behind the Hurricanes for first place. Who saw that coming? Who saw that coming? I mean, of course, the Eastern Conference is a freaking gauntlet this year, though. I mean, you're 2 points in third or you're 2 points out of the playoffs. It's insane how tight the Eastern Conference is this season so far. It's just unbelievable hockey going on all the way. But, yeah, the Islanders did what they had to do. They did what they had to do, and they win this game big time. It was a great game, too. It was a fun game to watch. And now that's 2 games against the Red Wings. You won 7-2 the first time, 5-0 the second time. You're outscoring them 12-2 against the Red Wings. And I think that's what boiled over their frustrations a little, why they started, kind of trying to play a little dirty, per se. Nothing really too bad. I mean, except Ben Sherratt just losing his mind at the end of the game. That was something. We saw a Barzal goal came right off the bench and scored that one. Horvat scored his 14th, which tied the NHL lead in goals. Obviously, I think, Nathan MacKinnon did score today against the Rangers, so MacKinnon is back to number one cleanly. Shabanov, 4 points. I mean, what a game by Maxim Shabanov. I know a lot of people had high hopes for him, and he looked good to start the year. He got injured, unfortunately. He's back healthy, and he looks good. He looks really good. It looks like the Islanders got lucky with this, with getting Shabanov from Russia over the offseason. I know there was a lot of teams vying for him. He chose the Islanders, and he looks good. The chemistry with Richie looks off the charts, and Cizikas has been playing better with them. I mean, like I said, maybe he tapped into the fountain of youth a little here, Cizikas, to start playing this better hockey. But I don't know. The Islanders obviously do not score a power play goal. They go 0 for 4. But I thought the power play looked great today. It's like they have a strong power play. They're just snake bitten. They're unable to score on the power play, unfortunately. But the power play looked very good today. They were moving the puck. They were cycling it well. They got good shots on net. Just unfortunately couldn't get a goal. And then we killed the one Red Wings power play they had. It was a good one. The Islanders' penalty kill on this road trip continued to be stellar. We got out-hit big time, 23-8. They were physically dominant. A lot of those hits I see seem to come a little later in the game. But, it is what it is. And the Islanders losing the face-off department again, which is a little shocking. Only winning 41.9%, where the Red Wings win 58.1%. But it did not help the Red Wings whatsoever. And, the Islanders just, they're playing good hockey. They're playing good hockey. I mean, they are doing something right. I mean, Patrick Waugh has clearly figured out how he wants to coach this team. He came over 2 years ago in the middle of the season. They made the playoffs, obviously. You don't want to change much because, you're coming in mid-season. The guys already have it going. Last year, a lot of injuries occurred. There was just injuries, falling out, stuff like that. Couldn't really get things going. And now he seemed to figure out how he wants to coach these guys. He's figured it out, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign. And Matthew Darche, Jonathan Drouin has been just a solid player for the New York Islanders. And that is a great signing by Matthew Darche. I know a lot of people, Islander fans liked it, but I know a lot of media people and everything were saying that's kind of weird. Why would you go and sign Jonathan Drouin? And this is the reason why. He's a good, solid player who does the little things right. He might have not scored or anything today, but he is just a solid player who gets you opportunities. He hit 2 posts today. He could have had 2 goals easily, but he's just somebody who does things right. The defenseman, I thought Polak had his best game of the season. He looks rejuvenated. He does. He looks rejuvenated, Polak. He had a beautiful pass to Bo Horvat on Horvat's goal. Just great vision to find Horvat right there. I thought Boquist, fit right into the team perfect. I thought he looked really solid. D'Angelo played good. Schaefer played good. Pelech played good. Even Mayfield, he had a blunder early on, but settled down after that. And yet, the whole team, I've always said, I want to be honest with you guys and everything like that. And I've always kind of been able to point out somebody who didn't really play that good in a game that the Islanders win. I cannot point out a single negative on this game. I can't. There was not a negative on this game. The Islanders went into Detroit and beat the Red Wings' asses. That's what they did tonight. That's what the Islanders did, and they did a damn good job at it. So, I'm trying to figure out anything that they did that could be a negative, and it's not. There is only positives for this game, and the Islanders just dominated them. Shabanov, they took one of his points off, so he only has 3 points now, I suppose. I remember them on the website saying he had 4. Looks like they took one of his points off now, so he only has 3 points, whatever. Still a great game there for Shabanov. Cizikas with the 3 assists. The fourth line was clicking. If you really think about it, the fourth line pretty much scored 4 goals today. Richie and Shabanov scored the first 2. Barzal scores the third one. But he was in place for Richie, who had to come off the ice because he got high stick. So Barzal jumped in for Richie. It was still Cizikas and Shabanov out there. Barzal scores, so it's a Suedo fourth-line goal there. And then Horvat scores the other one. And then Shabanov scores again. So the fourth line, accounted for essentially 4 goals for the Islanders tonight. We'll say 3.5 since it was a Suedo one. But man, wow. I mean, clearly Waz now going to trust those guys to do stuff with the way they're playing here. And yeah, the Islanders are probably excited that they finally get to head back home now. And after a 7-game road trip, no better way to decompress than a 7-game home trip. Or 7-game home trip. What am I saying? 7-game home stand for the New York Islanders. The first game will be on Saturday against the St. Louis Blues. I think it's an early game. I want to say 3 or 3:30. Yeah, it's 3:30 that game, so they got an early game against the St. Louis Blues. The Blues just unfortunately lost to the Philadelphia Flyers tonight. They blew a 2-1 lead there, which sucks. You want the Metro teams to lose, and the Blues, of course, win that game annoyingly. Then you play Seattle, Boston, Philadelphia, Washington, and then who do you end it off with? Tampa Bay and Colorado. So good teams again. I mean, everybody, I want to say, the NHL is filled with parity this year. A lot of teams are playing very good hockey, and the Islanders just got to keep doing what they're doing. Yeah. Wow, I'm actually looking at their homestand. They play a lot of day games here, the Islanders at home. They play 3:30 against St. Louis, day game. 5 o'clock against Seattle, kind of a day game. 4 o'clock against Philly. I'll consider that an afternoon game, 1 o'clock against Washington. And then, yeah, the rest are 7. So you play, 3 games out of... No. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 games out of the 7 at, off times, not the normal 7 o'clock that the Islanders play. What? Yeah, 4 games. Wow. You play 4 games at different times and then 3 at, your normal time. That's kind of crazy. I didn't even realize that until I just looked at the schedule now. But yeah, obviously the Islanders get back home. They'll probably fly home tonight. They'll get to rest tomorrow, a much-deserved rest, and then get ready for St. Louis on Saturday, a 3:30 game. But yeah, what a road trip by the New York Islanders, going 6-1 on it and beating a lot of damn good teams on the road to it. So that's going to do all for today's episode. As always, guys, leave your comments down below. I love to talk about him. Tomorrow's episode, or when you're seeing this, it will be tomorrow, but tomorrow's episode will be I'll bring back the comments thing, talk about some comments. I want to hear what your guys' opinions of that road trip were, what you liked from the Islanders, what you saw that you were impressed with. I'd like to see what you guys have to say and go over that in the comment section of the videos tomorrow. And then, yeah, as always, let's go Islanders.